Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about SEI. SEI has only rallied in a corrective structure, so only in 3 waves here to the top that formed on Friday and is already heading back into the support region. I think it was already yesterday we spoke about it and I explained to you that, yeah, it's very likely we are going to touch or test at least the yellow support region again. And we want to talk about the latest structures. And yeah, it's a chart that shows high-level consolidation, holding above support, however. Okay, so we're holding above support. There are 2 support levels. They depend, it depends on which scenario we're dealing with here. But 2 scenarios, 2 support levels, both bullish. As long as the lower support region holds, we expect further upside on the SEI chart in the coming weeks, coming months. We cannot really measure how long a move is going to take. But most importantly, the support areas are holding at the moment. And this is a chart that's actually quite interesting for range traders. I've mentioned that a few times now. Range traders are extremely or should be extremely happy about this chart because it's testing support areas again and again in a very reliable way. So that shows you how important it is, first of all, to take profits regularly when trading these moves in the crypto market, but also why pullback trading can be a money printer, whereas breakout trading can basically lead to a lot of losses. So you can see here most recently we had an attempted breakout, which failed. However, as a pullback trader, you don't really care. So if you entered either here in the orange box, here in the orange box, here in the yellow box, then you could have taken profits in each of these instances. And then any pullback, you could have bought again, sold again, bought again. That's typically how it works. And you might not have sold everything, of course not, because you assumed it would go higher. Okay, if it doesn't, you took some partial profits along the way. I mean, this is decent. I mean, the question is always, okay, when to take profits. But for example, had you just bought here at the top of the box, I mean, that was a 70 to 80% increase. So it makes sense to take some profits, right? And when taking some partial profits, you can use these profits then to add later. And eventually you take your initial investment out and you just let it run. So that's, I think, one really good way to deal here with SEI. It is, not a chart that has impressed a lot since January, but I keep covering it because a lot of people ask for it, but also because it is so interesting for range traders and it's just actually quite straightforward to trade. I mean, a lot of people get frustrated by this chart because it's not breaking out finally. However, as long as these support areas are holding, I mean, the overall assumption on the chart doesn't change. Breakouts are delayed, but really, this is a very well-defined range. I mean, not necessarily the upside of the range, but even now we can possibly even draw a trend line here, and we've got this sort of price channel, which is now even better defined. So that means I would not be surprised if the price dips back to basically to the lower trend line. Could be, we could test the lower trend line here around 63 cents. Technically speaking, as long as the 52-cent level is holding, we can actually allow the yellow count here to work out. Can continue to focus on the yellow count, which suggests that the entire sideways move here was just a very complex WXY structure. We might now be coming down in this Y wave and could test the orange box again. Not a guarantee because the wave X did overshoot quite a bit. So the Y wave might not even go below the X wave low. And therefore it's just a range. And you don't need to pick the absolute low. You don't need to pick the absolute top. Yeah. It's just about scaling in, scaling out. So what are the support levels? So the upper support region, you see how it's being respected by the price. That's defined between 82 cents and 67 cents. The lower support range between 63 and 52. And I think it takes really a sustained break out of the upper boundary line of the trend channel to then confirm the further continuation, either in the white count or the yellow count. Well, the yellow count suggests that the wave 4 never bottomed, so it's still unfolding, and we would then look at a 5th wave rally afterwards, possibly to $1.50, maybe even $2. In the white count, the wave 5 is already unfolding, but it's a very, also here, very messy structure. could only work in an ending diagonal. In this scenario, wave 4 bottomed here on the 23rd of January, wave 1 up, wave 2 down, wave 3 as an ABC structure, then wave 4 and wave 5. And that's how we could move up also, but we would need the price to hold the upper support range in order to, keep focusing on the white scenario. So overall, not much change, just not broken out yet. And yeah, maybe consider, scaling in, scaling out, not being overly aggressive, not with a chart like that continues to move in corrective structures, but it's part of an overall impulse. So I'm still watching for that fifth wave up to start. And if it's okay, maybe it's already unfolding in the white count, but then I'm watching for this B wave to finish here somewhere, possibly a little lower. And then a C wave rally could take the price also higher. That's my update about SEI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.